HR fired me for not being a team player, then they found out who actually owned the company. Before we dive in, let me know where you're watching from, drop your location in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please hit like, tap subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story. Vanessa Hart slides the termination paper across her desk. My hands freeze halfway to my coffee cup. The words immediate termination blur in front of my eyes. "You're just not a team player, Ethan," she says, her voice sharp enough to cut glass. Her red nails tap against the desk like a countdown timer. "You don't fit our culture." I try to speak, but Chase Reynolds leans against the doorframe, arms crossed, that smug grin plastered on his face. He's the CEO's nephew, and he knows it. "Wait, I can explain," I start. "Security will escort you out," Vanessa interrupts, not even looking at me anymore. She's already typing something on her phone. My pen rolls off the edge of the table and hits the floor. Nobody moves to pick it up. The sound echoes in the small HR office. My throat tightens, and tears burn behind my eyes. Chase pushes off the doorframe and whispers as he passes, "Some people just aren't cut out for this place." Inside, I'm screaming. But I keep my face calm. They have no idea what's coming. The security guard doesn't say anything as we walk through the open office. Everyone stops typing. Conversations die mid-sentence. All eyes follow me like I'm being marched to execution. I pass the big display board near the break room. There's a poster celebrating our new software launch, the one I built from scratch. My code. My late nights. My genius. But my name isn't on it anymore. Instead, it reads, "Led by Chase Reynolds, Innovation Team Lead." My stomach twists. I clench my fists, but I keep walking. The security guard opens the glass door, and the Texas heat slaps my face. My badge gets taken. My laptop bag feels heavier than it should. As I reach my car, I glance back through the window. Chase is at my old desk, laughing with my former teammates. Someone's already sitting in my chair. On a computer screen nearby, I catch a glimpse of a press release being drafted. CEO's nephew leads innovation team to major breakthrough. I get in my car and sit there, hands shaking on the steering wheel. At home, I throw my bag on the couch and stare at the termination letter. The words swim in front of me. Not a team player. Poor cultural fit. Effective immediately. My father's voice echoes in my head, clear as day, "Never reveal what you own until you must." Dad passed away 2 years ago. Before he died, he made me promise something. "Stay quiet, Ethan. Let them underestimate you. Power means nothing if people see it coming." I walk to my desk and open the bottom drawer. Inside is a folder I haven't touched in months. The label reads, "Hartwell Holdings. Private." I pull it out, hands trembling. Inside are documents, signatures, transfer papers. My father set this up years ago when the company was just starting. He believed in it. He invested everything. And when he died, it all came to me. At the bottom of the stack, there's a single page. A shareholder certificate. The signature line bears my name, Ethan Cole, majority beneficiary, 60% ownership. I own the company. I always have. I grab my phone and dial Mr. Garrison, my father's old lawyer. He picks up on the second ring. "Ethan," he says warmly. "I was wondering when you'd call." "They fired me," I say, my voice shaking. "Just now. Said I wasn't a team player." There's a long pause. Then he sighs. "They don't know who you are, do they?" "No." "Good. Keep it that way for now." His voice turns serious. "Ethan, listen carefully. There's something you need to know. The board is planning a deal next week. They want to sell off a chunk of shares to a private investor group. My heart stops. What? They can't do it without your approval. But they don't know you exist. If they proceed, it's illegal. You could shut the whole thing down. I lean back in my chair, mind racing. They're about to make a huge mistake. They already have, Garrison says quietly. They fired their own boss. I smile for the first time all day. What do I do? Nothing. Yet. Let them dig deeper. The next morning, I hack into the company's shared calendar. Old passwords still work. I see there's an emergency board meeting scheduled for today at 2 p.m. I dig deeper and find the agenda: new product launch strategy, streamlining staff for efficiency. My blood boils. That's corporate speak for we fired people and we're proud of it. I pull up the shareholder registry that's displayed during board meetings. My name is right there, buried in the middle of a long list: Ethan Cole, Hartwell Holdings, 60%. But nobody recognizes it. Nobody connects the dots. To them, Hartwell Holdings is just some silent investor group my dad set up years ago. They have no idea it's me. At 2 p.m., I imagine them all sitting in that glass-walled conference room. Vanessa in her power suit. Chase at the head of the table like he owns the place. The board members nodding along, clueless. They're celebrating my removal. They're probably toasting with expensive coffee and pastries. But the clock is ticking. And they have no idea. I decide to stay quiet. For now. If I reveal myself too soon, they'll cover their tracks. I need evidence. Real, undeniable proof of what they've done. I start digging through emails I saved on my personal drive. Performance reviews. Project reports. Everything. Then I find it. A document titled Q2 Project Attribution Report. I open it, and my stomach drops. My name has been removed from the lead developer role. In its place, Chase Reynolds. They didn't just fire me. They erased me. I screenshot everything. I download backup files. I save email chains where I clearly outline my code, my designs, my solutions. I have timestamps, commit logs, even Slack messages where teammates thank me for solving problems Chase couldn't figure out. By midnight, I have a folder with over 200 pieces of evidence. I lean back and close my eyes. The rage I felt earlier has transformed into something colder. Something sharper. Focus. I call a private investigator the next morning. Her name is Monica Reyes, and she comes highly recommended. I need surveillance, I tell her. Internal communications. I need to know what they're saying about me. Corporate espionage, she asks, cautious. No. I own the company. I just need proof of misconduct. She pauses. You own it? Majority shareholder. They don't know. She laughs. Oh, this is going to be fun. 2 days later, Monica sends me a file. It's an internal Slack channel I didn't have access to. The messages are from the HR department. Vanessa's message is right at the top: finally got rid of Ethan. Guy was dead weight. Charity hire if you ask me. Another HR rep responds, Chase will be so relieved. He's been complaining about him for weeks. I read it 3 times. Charity hire. Dead weight. My jaw clenches. I forward the screenshots to a secure folder. Evidence. Cold. Hard. Evidence. Friday night, the company throws a celebration party at a rooftop bar downtown. I see the photos on social media. Vanessa's smiling in a group selfie. Chase is holding up a glass, toasting the team. The caption reads, "To removing the weak links." That's how winners thrive. I stand outside the bar, across the street, watching through the glass walls. Music thumps. People laugh. Someone gives a speech. It's Vanessa. I can't hear her words, but I see her gestures. She's animated, confident, pointing at a slideshow behind her. There's a photo of the product launch, my product, with Chase's name in bold letters. I sip my coffee, standing in the shadows. My face is calm. But inside, I'm smiling. They think they've won. I turn and walk back to my car. The real celebration is coming. And I'll be the one giving the speech. Monday morning, I call Mr. Garrison again. I want in on the next investor call, I say. You're listed as EC Holdings on the shareholder registry, he reminds me. They'll just see you as another investor. Perfect. He sets it up. The call is scheduled for Wednesday at 10 a.m. A major investor will join remotely to discuss the new product and company direction. The board is thrilled. They think it's a big deal. It is. Just not the way they think. I receive the email invitation. It's addressed to EC Holdings representative. There's a note at the bottom from Vanessa, looking forward to presenting our exciting new direction. I read it twice, then delete it. Wednesday morning, I sit in my home office. My camera is off. My microphone is muted until the right moment. The call starts. Vanessa's face fills the screen. She's nervous, fumbling with her notes. Chase sits beside her, trying to look important. I unmute. Good morning. Vanessa jumps. Oh. Hello, Mr. Holdings. Thank you for joining us. I almost laugh. Let's get started. Vanessa begins her presentation. Slides flash across the screen: revenue projections, product timelines, team restructuring. Then she gets to a slide titled Optimizing Our Talent. We recently streamlined our team, she says, voice steady. Removed underperformers to make room for top-tier talent. I lean forward. What happened to your lead developer? She hesitates. I'm sorry? The person who built the software you're launching. What happened to him? Chase jumps in. We made some strategic changes. He wasn't a good cultural fit. Interesting, I say slowly. What exactly made him a poor fit? Vanessa shifts uncomfortably. He just wasn't a team player. Didn't align with our values. I let the silence hang. Then I speak, my voice ice cold. Interesting choice of words. The screen goes quiet. I can see Vanessa glance at Chase. He shrugs. I mute myself again and sit back. Let them sweat. That afternoon, Vanessa sends a follow-up email. She's thanking the mystery investor for their time. She CCs the entire board. But she makes a mistake. She accidentally includes an internal email chain in the thread. It's a conversation between her and Chase from last week, mocking my firing. Chase's message reads, "Can't believe it took this long to get rid of him. Guy couldn't take a hint." Vanessa's reply, "Better late than never. Innovation team is finally free to thrive." I stare at the screen. Then I notice the email address she sent it to, e.cole@hartwellholdings.com. My email. My real name. 5 minutes later, my phone buzzes. It's Vanessa. She's calling me. I don't answer. She calls again. Then again. Finally, a text, "Please call me. Urgent." I smile and turn off my phone. The next morning, I hear from Monica. The office is in chaos, she says. Word is spreading about the email mistake. Good. Vanessa is panicking. She keeps asking people if they know who Cole is. Nobody's connecting the dots yet, but they're getting close. I imagine her pacing in her office, hands shaking, replaying that email in her head. Cole. Ethan Cole. The name has to be ringing alarm bells. Chase storms into her office that afternoon, according to Monica's report. He's yelling. Who is this investor? Why does his name sound familiar? Vanessa's voice is barely a whisper. What if it's him? Chase freezes. No. There's no way. He's just some developer. He doesn't have that kind of money. But his last name. It's a coincidence. But the fear in their voices says otherwise. I listened to the recording Monica sent me. Over and over. The doubt creeping into their words. The panic setting in. I close my laptop. Let them wonder. If you're enjoying the story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you stay updated. Friday morning, I send auditors into the company. They arrive unannounced, carrying briefcases and official documents. They're from EC Holdings, conducting a routine compliance review. The board approves it, thinking it's just standard investor protocol. The auditors dig into everything. Payroll records. Bonus structures. HR files. Expense reports. By lunchtime, Vanessa receives an official notice. It's delivered to her desk by one of the auditors, a stern-faced woman in a gray suit. The notice reads: You are under investigation for compliance violations, discriminatory practices, and misrepresentation of company resources. Monica tells me Vanessa goes pale. She tries to call the board, but her access to the executive Slack channel has been revoked. She tries calling Chase. No answer. She tries calling the CEO. Voicemail. I've quietly taken control of the board communications. Every email. Every call. It all routes through Garrison's office now. She's alone. And she knows it. Chase finally calls Vanessa back. He storms into her office, slamming the door behind him. Fix this, he shouts. Fix this right now. I don't know how, she yells back. I don't even know what's happening. You sent that email. You exposed us. It was an accident. Monica sends me a live update. They're shouting at each other, pointing fingers, blaming. The office outside can hear everything. People are whispering. Someone's recording on their phone. Vanessa tries to access the board portal to send an emergency message. But her login doesn't work. Access denied flashes on her screen. She tries again. Same message. Her hands shake as she realizes the truth. Someone has locked her out. Someone with more power than her. Chase's face goes white. We're screwed. Vanessa sinks into her chair. Who is he? Chase doesn't answer. Because he's starting to figure it out. Monday morning, I walk into the emergency board meeting. I'm wearing a suit. My face is calm. My shoulders are back. The room goes silent. Vanessa's mouth falls open. Chase's face drains of all color. You can't be here, Vanessa stammers. You don't even work here anymore. I set my briefcase on the table and pull out a folder. I slide it across the polished wood surface. It stops right in front of her. Actually, I say, my voice steady, I own it. The HR director, sitting beside Vanessa, gasps. She looks at the document, then back at me. Her face goes white. She sways in her chair. Then she faints. Two board members rush to help her. The room erupts into chaos. People are shouting questions. Chase is staring at me like I'm a ghost. I don't move. I just stand there, watching them unravel. Vanessa picks up the document with shaking hands. Her eyes scan the first page. Then the second. Then the third. This can't be real, she whispers. It's real, I say. I'm the majority shareholder. I always have been. I open my briefcase and pull out a second folder. This one is thicker. I place it on the table in front of the entire board. Inside, you'll find evidence of falsified performance reports, stolen credit for projects, discriminatory HR practices, and nepotism. I flip open the folder. The first page is a screenshot of Vanessa's Slack message calling me deadweight. The second page is the altered project report giving Chase credit for my work. Page after page, the evidence stacks up. Email chains, recorded conversations, financial discrepancies. The board members pass the documents around. Their faces shift from confusion to shock to anger. One board member, an older woman named Clara, looks at Vanessa. Did you really write this? Vanessa opens her mouth, but no words come out. Chase tries to stand. This is. Sit down, I say, my voice like steel. He sits. Clara looks at me. What do you want to do? I take a breath. I'm calling for an immediate vote. Suspend Vanessa Hart and Chase Reynolds, effective immediately, pending a full investigation. The vote is unanimous. I take interim leadership of the company the next day. My first act is to reinstate 3 employees who were wrongfully fired in the past 6 months. People Vanessa had quietly pushed out for not fitting the culture. They're shocked when I call them. One of them cries on the phone. My second act is to launch a full financial audit. And that's when I find it. Hidden in the expense reports, buried under consulting fees, are monthly transfers to a shell company called Reynolds Ventures LLC. The owner? Chase Reynolds. He's been siphoning money for 8 months. Small amounts at first. Then bigger. By my calculation, he's stolen over $40,000. I print the documents and put them in a new folder. This one is labeled fraud. I call Garrison. We need to involve the authorities. Already on it, he says. I've contacted the DA's office. They'll want to talk to you tomorrow. I hang up and stare at the printouts. Chase thought he was untouchable because of his uncle. He thought wrong. I wait for Chase in the parking garage after work. He doesn't see me at first. He's on his phone, laughing about something. Then he notices me leaning against his car. He stops walking. What do you want? To give you this. I hold up a folder. He snatches it from my hand and opens it. His face goes from annoyed to confused to terrified in under 10 seconds. You can't prove anything, he says, but his voice shakes. Bank transfers. Your signature. Your company. It's all there, Chase. He steps back. You set me up. No, I say calmly. You stole from your own company. I just found the receipts. He looks around, like he's thinking about running. But there's nowhere to go. My uncle will. Your uncle doesn't own this company, I interrupt. I do. And you're done. His hands drop to his sides. The folder falls to the ground. Papers scatter across the concrete. His face twists into something between rage and despair. You think you're so smart, he hisses. I pick up the folder and walk away. I don't think. I know. The next morning, police arrive at the office. Two officers in uniform walk through the lobby. Everyone stops and stares. They head straight to Chase's office. I watch from the second-floor walkway as they talk to him. He's shaking his head, gesturing wildly. Then one officer holds up a pair of handcuffs. Chase's face crumbles. They walk him out through the main office. Every single person watches. Phones come out. Videos are recorded. Chase keeps his head down, but there's no hiding. As they pass the front desk, Vanessa tries to slip out a side door. But my assistant, Jamie, steps in front of her. "Miss Hart," Jamie says coolly. "Mr. Cole would like to see you." Vanessa's eyes dart around. But there's no escape. She follows Jamie to the conference room, her heels clicking like a countdown. I'm already inside, waiting. Vanessa sits in the same chair I sat in 2 weeks ago. The same chair where she fired me. I slide a paper across the table. It's a termination letter. Her name is at the top. She stares at it, her hands shaking. "You're not a team player, Vanessa," I say, echoing her words from that day. "You just don't fit our culture." Her face drains of color. "Please. I made a mistake. You made several. I have a family. I have bills. I need this job." I lean back. So did I. She looks up at me, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry." I let the silence sit between us. Then I stand. "Security will escort you out." She sobs, covering her face with her hands. But I don't feel triumph. I just feel tired. As she's walked out, I watch from the window. The same walk of shame I took 2 weeks ago. The same stares. The same whispers. Justice, I realize, doesn't always feel good. But it's necessary. By Friday, the story hits the news. Fired engineer revealed as company owner exposes corruption. My phone explodes with messages. Reporters. Podcast hosts. LinkedIn requests. Everyone wants to talk to me. The company's reputation actually improves. People love the underdog story. Clients reach out, saying they're excited to work with a leader who values integrity. One email catches my eye. It's from a rival company I applied to years ago. They rejected me back then. The subject line reads, "Consulting opportunity urgent." I delete it without opening. That night, I sit on my couch and scroll through the headlines. My face is on the front page of the business section. The engineer who owned it all. My phone rings. It's my mom. "I'm so proud of you," she says, crying. I smile. "Thanks, Mom. Your father would be too." I close my eyes. I know. On Saturday, I drive to the cemetery. My father's grave is under a big oak tree. I bring fresh flowers and sit on the grass beside the headstone. "You were right, Dad," I whisper. Power means nothing without patience. The wind rustles the leaves. It's quiet here. Peaceful. As I stand to leave, I notice something tucked under a rock near the headstone. It's a sealed envelope. My name is written on the front in my father's handwriting. My heart stops. I pick it up with shaking hands. "How long has this been here?" I carefully open it. Inside is a single handwritten note. "Ethan, if you're reading this, it means you've discovered the truth. I'm proud of you. But remember, your legacy isn't the company. It's how you treat people. Lead with kindness. That's real power. Dad." Tears blur my vision. I fold the note and press it to my chest. I stand there for a long time, just breathing. Finally, I make a decision. Monday morning, I call an all-hands meeting. The entire company gathers in the main hall. People are nervous. Whispers fill the room. I step onto the small stage and take the microphone. A lot has happened in the past 2 weeks, I begin. And I know many of you have questions. The room is silent. I'm not here to hold grudges. I'm here to build something better. Starting today, we're restructuring this company. We're going to focus on innovation, fairness, and equity. I outline my plan. Profit sharing for all employees. Transparent performance reviews. An ethics hotline. A mentorship program for junior developers. By the time I'm done, people are clapping. Some are crying. After the meeting, a young intern named Marcus approaches me. "Thank you," he says quietly. "Vanessa used to make fun of me. She said I'd never make it here." I put a hand on his shoulder. "You belong here, Marcus. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." He nods, wiping his eyes. That moment right there is worth everything. Over the next month, I work to rebuild the company culture. I promote people who stayed loyal. I bring in a new HR director who actually cares about people. I rename the innovation team and make sure credit goes where it's due. The company starts to thrive. Revenue goes up. Employee satisfaction scores skyrocket. We land 3 new major clients. One afternoon, Jamie buzzes my office. "You have a call." It's Vanessa Hart. I freeze. What does she want? She's asking for a second chance. I stare at the phone for a long moment. Then I sigh. Put her through. Vanessa's voice is small. "Ethan, I don't deserve this. But I'm calling to say I'm sorry. Truly. I was wrong. About everything." I close my eyes. "I appreciate that. Is there any chance I could come back? Not as HR. Just anything. I've learned my lesson." I think about my father's letter. Lead with kindness. But I also think about the people she hurt. The careers she destroyed. "I forgive you, Vanessa," I say gently. "But I can't rehire you. You hurt too many people." There's a long pause. Then she whispers, "I understand." "I hope you find something better," I say. "I really do." She thanks me and hangs up. A month later, I'm sitting in my office when I get an email from Marcus, the intern. He's attached a photo of himself at his college graduation. The caption reads, "Thanks for believing in me." I smile and print the photo. I put it on my desk next to my father's note. That evening, I walk through the office one last time before heading home. People are laughing. Collaborating. Thriving. This is what my father wanted. Not power. Not revenge. Just people being treated with dignity. As I lock up, I pass the same hallway where I was escorted out 2 months ago. I stop and look at the spot where my badge was taken. Then I keep walking. Because being a team player isn't about silence or submission. It's about lifting others up. It's about fairness. It's about treating people like they matter. I step outside into the cool evening air. The city lights twinkle in the distance. My phone buzzes with a message from Jamie. "Tomorrow's schedule is ready. You're going to love it." I smile. Maybe being a team player just means treating people like humans. And that's a game I'm finally winning. Before you go, drop your location in the comments. I love seeing our global community. And please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next story.